Pockets members, this is Tracy Royce of Real Estate, and today's vlog is going to be all about how to introduce yourself when you're meeting someone for the first time and actually say what it is exactly that you do in real estate. So let's start with what not to say. Something that I would say, that I would suggest not doing is being really generic. So even though we see the "we buy houses" and "I buy houses" signs, try to say something more specific than "I buy houses" or "I do real estate." It's very generalized, and the more competitive the market gets, the more people that are using catchphrases like that, it's not going to make you very memorable. And you might not necessarily want to be grouped in with what people think as a billboard on the side of the road with a giant Neanderthal on it, right? So think of the purpose of what do you do in real estate, what do you offer, and something that is specific to your background or your niche. As a personal preference, I actually say stay away from saying I flip houses. Although in our community it might be common jargon, to people at large it may have a negative connotation. Now I know there's been a lot of a lot of TV shows and that sort of thing that make it more glamorous and dramatic, but some people think of investors and flippers as people that go and prey on homeowners that have distressed situations and then make a lot of money and perhaps use scams and these sort of things. So unless it's someone that you know is in the industry, I would just suggest saying something that puts a more positive light on what it is exactly that you offer and do within the community at large. That's more beneficial rather than just saying I flip houses. So on that note, if you are a rehabber or a fixer-upper or flipper, I would say something along the lines of either I or we, whatever the case may be. I pay cash for houses and then I rehab them and renovate them and sell them on the retail market. I improve neighborhoods, it helps prices, and I usually sell to first-time home buyers that just adore the sort of properties that I sell. So you see how I turn that pitch into me, I fix and flip, and I just make a bunch of cash, to I love what I do, I add value, and on many different levels, and it's more about what I offer in the community versus just being a flipper. Now if you're a wholesaler, something that I might say is I buy your properties cash at discount and then I sell them below retail value. Do you know of someone that's looking for a home at less than market value? They might say yes, but in any case, just exchange their information, and if they start asking more about the process, you can explain it to them then, but at least they get the idea of what it is that you're specifically doing. Now, if you're an investor in the truest sense, you might say something like we buy houses for cash. We buy houses that cash flow and keep them for the long haul. Well, I buy from all sorts of sources, so if you know someone that's in a distressed situation or has some flexibility, please think of me first as a buyer. Okay, so short and sweet, but concise. I also included door knocking in this, in the introductions, because you really are introducing yourself over and over again. Something that I would suggest staying away from is don't badger the homeowners about their situation, meaning the foreclosure notice. 99% of the time, they know what's going on, and in some cases, it really is a mistake with the bank, and in any case, they'll shed some light on the situation, okay? So what I find to be most effective is taking a kinder approach and just simply saying something like, hi, my name is Tracy. I work with cash buyers and they're looking for homes in this area. They really like this neighborhood and we're just seeing if you or someone that you know is interested in selling. So it takes it off like, hey, you open your door and they're already probably on the defensive. You need to do something before your house gets foreclosed upon, to, hi, I'm your friendly neighborhood cash buyer, or I work with cash buyers. Are you looking to sell, or do you know someone that is? I find that approach coupled with consistency tends to be a little bit more effective, at least for me. So what if you're brand new to the business and there is no we, or you get your pitch down, but you don't know what to say afterwards if people start asking questions? Well, that's a great question. So what I would say is get your pitch down, and then if someone says, well, what about this, or starts inquiring more, say, you know what, I'm still cutting my teeth in this business, but I have a great network that I work with here in the Phoenix market. Let me exchange information with you, and I'll get an answer, and I'll get right back to you. And then just simply start the conversation about them. What do they do? Talk about them. In any of these formats, just make sure that you're exchanging information with people, because real estate is all about your networking and your community. So even if you're still working on your introduction, make sure to ask about the other person too. That makes you more memorable in and of itself. The last thing I would really suggest is as you're practicing or getting to know people and getting out there more, practice your pitch. Even if you have to do it at home with a friend or family member or in front of the mirror, or even something like this with a video, even though it might seem a little bit silly, it just makes you seem more confident if you can approach someone or when they approach you at a cocktail party or a RIA meeting or one of your kids' activities, and you come across as knowledgeable and the go-to resource for whatever your specific niche is. So next time someone comes up and asks you, you stand apart than just saying we buy houses or I pay cash for houses. That's a little generic and someone might forget it. Versus if you have a very confident and concise and short introduction, it makes you a standout resource for whatever it is that you've decided to specialize in within real estate and in your market. So thanks for watching this video. I hope you found it informative. If you'd like to, leave your suggestions below. What do you say when you introduce yourself? Or if you found this information helpful, or what would you do to tweak the introduction to make it better and more useful for you? In any case, thanks for watching this vlog, and signing off as Tracy Royce of Real Estate for BiggerPockets.com.